about politics in Louisiana?
I think it's pretty good. Well, part of it is good. Uh, as for now, I think the former governor we got now, I think we ought to get him out and try to get somebody new. And I think Billy Tailgating is a good enough man for the new governorship.
Have you voted for Edwin Edwards in the past, though?
Yes, sure did.
What did you like about it? Yes.
Well, I think he was trying to run this place right. I think what they happened to do is they thought about the oil. This state was with the oil industry, and they thought they was gonna make the money with the oil industry, and everything went berserk. So now they're in a bind now, and so now we got to get a governor where we could try to get something new in here.
Okay.
The stuff about Edward's high living and going to Las Vegas and having women friends on the side, did it ever bother you before?
I really didn't know nothing about that too much. I never, thought about it that way, about this. And as for that, I don't want to comment on that.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
We're
Yeah.
doing a documentary on this year's governor's election.
Yeah.
Can we ask a couple questions real quick?
Yeah, sure.
What do you think about politics in the state?
It's hard to understand politics. You don't know who to believe for most of the time. They're all good as far as I'm concerned, but like I say, you don't know who to believe. You just got to wait and see what they do once they're elected.
What do you think of Governor Edwards?
I don't have anything against him personally, really. Of course, I like Billy Tailgating. I'm a personal friend of Billy, but that doesn't mean that I don't like Edwards either, though. I like them all. You can only vote for one.
They all fun, pretty much, candidates?
They what?
Are they colorful candidates?
Yeah, I think so. I think they all a bunch of good men running for office. It's just a matter of you got to pick one or two of them. You could vote for five. I'd vote for five of them.
Do you find a lot of your friends talk about politics a lot, more than you think other places?
It seems as though, this year you hear more about it than in the previous election. They got more going on. I don't know whether they got more of them running that's doing that, but you hear more about it, I find, in the previous election, yeah.
Are you real interested in politics?
If I'm interested in
Are you interested? Yeah.
Well, I'm interested in seeing how the state is run and everything else. In other words, I'd like to get somebody that's beneficial to the people, Like a lot of them talking about getting more jobs. That's one thing I'm interested in, having more jobs for the state of Louisiana and stuff like that. I don't know which one.
59.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Politics? Every Saturday?
I am.
Well,
I come here every Saturday.
Every
Like
home
30
game.
years, they don't.
Every home game,
Every
yeah.
home game, yeah.
We made a few away games.
Uh-huh.
Not many, but a few.
Well, we were in Alabama when they beat Alabama twice. 2 times that they went to Alabama or whatever. We were.
Seems to be the things that people in Louisiana like most are LSU football and politics.
That's right.
Well, I like both of them.
Not me.
But I prefer, they're both very
No
interesting. I
politics.
prefer football.
I'm not in politics.
He's not in politics.
I'm not in politics.
Who likes politics here?
He does.
Yeah,
I do.
I like politics.
Like politics.
What do you think about the election this year? You think got some good men running or what?
Fair enough.
Fair.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. What do you think about Governor Edwards?
I don't know. Most probably Edward we're going to be in the second primary.
But you like him? Have you voted for him in the past?
Yes, I
We
did.
have.
Yes.
I did vote for him for the past.
What was it about him in the past that you liked about him? I understand some things have changed from in the past. What was it?
Well, the most what I admire of him, he well said when he politicked the first time go around that he wasn't going to take no pay for until he get the state back in the red. And he kept his promise. He never did take no pay until now. So far, he never did take no pay. So I admire him for that.
Yeah.
He's a good man. He's a Cooney like us.
I'm a coon ass, yeah.
How's that again?
I say he's a Cooney like I am.
If somebody was seeing this from New York, they wouldn't know what a Cooney is. You want to explain it?
Cooney is somebody that speak French.
French.
Like I do.
I guess
We French.
where you're from.
I had to go to school to learn English. My family just spoke French.
Where you're from?
We're from New Orleans. But,
New Orleans.
But, you know,
Yeah, right.
That's
That's not.
going all over the country, so
Yeah.
they're not going to know what that means.
But we're
But I
from the
live
country,
in
you
between
know.
New Orleans and Baton Rouge. I mean, I live in Gramercy.
I mean, if you go any further, you'd be in the Gulf of
You
Mexico,
pass
where
one
I'm
time, You
from.
blink one eye, you miss the place.
We're almost in the Gulf of Mexico.
Puis blanquer.
C'est tout le bonheur pour chanter avec encore. Oui. On va chanter après 11h30.
Tonight, see those women right here that's with us, they sing.
Yeah?
Y'all ought to see that performance at night.
What?
When?
At 10 o'clock at night. We're camping all right there. Right by that oak tree. Right there.
Right across the
Right
street with that
right
big
there.
oak tree right there.
At 10 o'clock, they sing.
Uh-huh. You singing for Toast?
Race this year.
But what?
About the governor's race this year.
I think I noticed that you got a lot of
Yeah, me switch one.
you got a lot of young people that's supporting Tauzin and Jim Brown. I think mostly all your young people wants to change. I'm afraid the old people won't stick to the old way.
I think they have the best idea myself. You know, and I travel all over the country, and they travel all over the country. And the administration that's in office right now has a bad reputation for the state. You know, I get those questions asked, like in Michigan and Indiana. They want to know what's happening in South Louisiana. What's the high rate of unemployment, so forth and so on.
What's politics like in the state of Louisiana? And what do you think about it?
But what? Politics here. Politics here.
Yeah,
What's it like?
you get involved in politics?
Politics, man. That's the thing in Ville Platte. Everybody loves politics.
There's a lot of
But
people that gets involved.
it's-
In it. Not myself. I can't because I have a business. You know, I can't. You know, politics for one or the other. You never know if you're offending one particular person.
So what's politics like in Ville Platte? Politics in Ville Platte. It's good party over there. And you're not filming this, maybe?
No,
we're just pointing the camera at you.
no. I heard when you put the switch on.
You're good. You're good.
When you
Tell
put,
me about politics in Ville Platte. What's it like? Politics in Ville Platte.
Yeah, go ahead now.
When you go to the courthouse or anywhere you go, it's what you see over here. It's good time. But it's people have food, they drink. Or tell me about it. What's it like with politics? Yeah, but drinking.
They try to outdo each other with food, suppers,
It's to see who's going to outdo each other.
Few little scuffles once in a while, but not
Yeah,
too
we
bad.
had some scuffle last week, I believe.
Whoop.
Oh.
Whoop.
No names.
No
names.
No name. Nope.
But the politicking over here, it's like at home in Ville Platte, Yenis and all that. It's pretty well competitive, and they see which one they point out the best issues. You know.
Usually your heaviest politician is for sheriffs, local officers. That's what we get more involved in Evangeline Parish. Your local officers. Usually when there's nobody from the local officers running, you hardly have any movement going on.
So, like this year, there's lots of elections going on. So
Oh,
you all are real active in doing
You
it.
have a big participation at the polls. You'll have a lot of voting going on because of the sheriff's office and local offices in the parish.
Sheriff's office, the state representative, and the senator.
That's all access what you got.
That's the three top that draws the most politicians.
You represent it.
The sheriff's office, the senator, and the representative. Then it comes in with the governor. So, you know, the lieutenant governor is not as...
Who else you vote for? What other offices?
Well, then you...
Well, you got a police jury, which is a big
Police
thing.
jury,
It's a
all
big
that.
thing in Ville Platte because it's, it's centrally located. But it's like anything else, anywhere else you're gonna, or anybody else you're talking to people, it's a little corrupt. It's a little corrupt.
Yeah, you think so?
Yes, sir.
You think that's ever going to change?
Well, I think from the movement of from the governor right here, you have two young fellas there. I guess I'm kind of partial. But I think them two young fellas could change
image of the state.
could change the image, could change the way of people thinking, you know. And that's what we need. You need
to change.
You need to change the way the people is thinking.
Well, how long have people been thinking, about corrupt politics?
How old are you, Kaya? As far as I can remember.
The first time we found out about governor politics was when the loans ran.
Yeah.
When the loans came in, then late Huey Long and all of them, when they came in, then we start seeing governors around Bill Platte. Before that, people didn't know what a governor's race was or anything.
Did the Longs do anything good though?
They are the one picked up Louisiana for the poor people, the country people, and all that. When that administration started, that's when we start seeing changes with the people around Bill Platte.
The Huey Long?
That old man Huey Long, Russell's daddy. No, I remember my daddy and them talking about it, but I didn't personally see it myself.
How about his brother Earl?
Earl, oh my God. That's a good one. Now he did some stuff.
I think we should go back to a governor that just have 2 terms, not one that can come back and get re-elected again. He generally keeps his staff intact until he gets elected again. Let's say like our present system we have. I think 2-term governor should be sufficient.
Tell us about Earl. Earl Long, yeah.
Well, that's not much I know about Earl from what I read. That's all I can tell you. But I can remember what our parents and our grandfather used to tell. That was like
he would remember.
That was like God.
I remember
it was like
Earl
God
Long,
for
he
them,
was-
because
was
what
a
he.
little bit on the off-balance side. He did things that they had committed them at one time, but he come back strong and he got his office back, and he did help. All the Longs helped the people in the Katy.
We should never have gotten this present situation we have now, where a governor can stay 4 years and come back. When he makes,
Like I said a while ago, back home in the country, in the rural, like the Longs, it was like God to them in a way, because it was like he was saying, it brought back. They did so many we were so backwards in the country. To the poor people, they didn't know. They didn't have no ease or whatsoever, no place to go.
When the late Huey Long ran, he was the person to come introduce governorship races or elections in Bill Platte. And from then on, this stayed in control of the states for a long time. Now, maybe what happened to him was the best for the state, I don't know. But I think he would have got to be maybe president later on or something. The late Huey.
Thing in Washington, what's his name? The one that retired from Washington, Russell.
That's Huey.
If Russell would have come here 4 years ago, I think, and Russell would have run for governor, Russell would have won.
Do you guys think that Edwin Edwards is sort of like Earl and Huey were back then?
No, not to me.
He's a sharp politician. He's very shrewd in it. And I mean, he controls quite a few jobs here and there. But I don't believe it's
too shrewd.
as tight as the Longs were. I don't believe it's as tight as the Longs.
Do you guys support Edwin back in other elections?
I supported him twice. And twice of his run.
But you're not supporting him this time, huh?
No comment. No comment.
What was the question?
If I was supporting him now, I said no comment.
Oh, I'll comment on that. No.
Why not?
It's time for a change. A lot of changes.
I meant this way.
A lot of changes. It's too corrupt. Okay. Yeah.
Good jambalaya.
Oh yeah, hurt me.
How you doing? good steam out in your camel way, huh?
I love it.
Oh, good. Can't hold all that good smell in this pot. Got to let it out. Got to let it out.
Donaldsonville patrols and Bell Road, all the way. Tailgating all the way from Donaldsonville and Bell Road. What do you think?
Why is it? Yeah.
I'd rather not say in front of all these people.
No comment.
No comment.
You ever support him in the past?
Yes, but I won't in the future.
Well, why did you support him in the past? What did you like about him?
Well, it was the lesser of two evils at that time. But now we got a better choice. Got a good coon ass from on the bayou. That's it.
What do you think about politics in Louisiana?
No comment.
I think that Earl, I don't, of course, I'm not old enough to have known Huey long, but Earl came along, I think gave us Louisiana a bad image with his shenanigans of going off to Maryland or wherever he went and walking down the street with no socks on his feet and constantly drunk, it seemed like. So I think that he definitely put a bad image on the state of Louisiana.
Do you guys think that we have a much worse image than we deserve?
Well,
We're proud. I'm proud of Louisiana myself.
I'll tell you what, a year ago we were in Boston. They had in the Sunday paper, they had a half-a-page spread on too bad that Massachusetts didn't have a politician like Edwards. Said at least he had some class. So the rest of them up there had no color at all. And I was real surprised on that. But that's the way they felt up there.
Do you think sometimes we have too much color in Louisiana politics?
Oh yeah, I think we do. There's no doubt about it.
Isn't that what people like a lot of times, though? I mean, if you had politicians that were boring, people didn't work out.
I believe it.
I definitely think that has some effect. I mean,
Let me ask you something. How can we criticize the people that are running for office statewide, locally, when you have the presidential candidates making worldwide news with their shenanigans? All the presidential candidates dropping by the wayside because they are found to be very lacking in very many respects. So it is not something that is just native to Louisiana. I think that we could improve our image. I think nationwide they think of us as rather backward. Our level of education is viewed as being very poor, very low. Our illiteracy apparently is much higher than in most other states, if not all of them. So yes, we do have a very bad name as far as that is concerned. I think that the southern states are viewed in the north as being very backwards, and Mississippi and Louisiana hit the list. But it's not just politically, but educationally and everything else.
I think it's not so much the corruption in Louisiana politics, but just the fact that people here seem to want colorful leaders. I mean, we always
I think it's
I don't think we as Louisiana is any more corrupt anywhere else.
No, I think it's our
We
heritage.
are, exactly, we are a colorful people. We are fun-loving people and so on. And we don't want someone that just stands there and says, I want to run for office. We want someone that has personality.
Charisma has a whole lot to do with it. You know, plenty of these politicians, I mean, all right, they're to keep our kids here in town. We can't blame everything on this. We moved into Gonzales area 20 years ago. My next door neighbors taking around the block. One came from Texas, one's from Ohio, one's from California, one's from Mississippi, and one's from Alabama. We were the only Louisianians there. But we all came here because there was jobs. There was an oil patch. It was ready. Now there's nothing. So, I mean, it's not all our fault, you know, that these people are leaving the country, leaving Louisiana, because we don't have the industry now. You know, so, I mean, you can't blame it on.
We're a mobile society
That's
as
right.
a whole. And we all go where the jobs are.
You go where the jobs are. 20 years ago, all the jobs were here. It was booming. I mean, we were making fortunes. Now we have unemployment. Only because the oil field, and I mean, this is Iran, Iraq, all that. I like it. Because maybe because of my heritage, I like the flair. You know, I really feel like he is one man with the legislature behind him, and one man can't do it alone. Like he keeps saying, the legislature has to. He can't do anything without their voting it in or out or whatever. That's my opinion.
Do you enjoy watching him when he's on television?
He really hasn't been on television that much, but.
In the past, not
When
really.
he's been on the news, I mean, is it sort of like
The man is a true born politician. He has a flair for it. When he is in a big gathering of people, he looks at you and you alone. And how he finds out your name, because you don't even see him looking at the name tag they always put on you when you go to one of these gatherings. And he greets you and says, hello, how are you, calls your name. And for 2 seconds, he concentrates on you, and then he moves to the next person. And the same thing happens. He greets that person by name. How he does it, I have never been able to figure out. But he is a master at that. He is really a super politician. He really is. And he makes people feel like they are really important for that 2 seconds that he is talking to them. Where most politicians are usually looking to see who else they're going to talk to. It is a rather frightening thing to find yourself in a huge room and you have to talk to all these people and hopefully call their names, and everybody else, like all the rest of us, very human, you look at the name tag and then you look at the face. You never see him do that. How does he do it? When it comes to politics, he's a magician. He really is.
Do you think this high living, you know, just the stories that people tell about is good or bad for the state's image?
Well, you can read the Inquirer and listen to anything you want to, you know. I mean, how much is fabricated, how much is true? I mean, they've taken him to court a number of times. Have they ever proven him guilty? You know? You can watch, you know, like I said, read the Inquirer, read the Globe. You never know if you're reading is true. Plenty of it may be propaganda, maybe it's all true, but they've never proven it true.
If they proved some of it to be true, would that change your opinion on it?
I still say the man has the charisma and he's a leader. Plenty of the ones running now aren't.
They're spending a lot of time, this whole campaign seems to be, you know, I'm against federalism. Doesn't seem to be anything else going on. Why do you think that is?
Maybe because he's stronger than any one of us thinks he is. I don't know. But all the other politicians seem to feel that he is the one, well, he is the incumbent for one thing. And you're always running against the incumbent. The rest of the field runs against him. And maybe they feel that he is stronger than polls will show him to be, and he has to be put down. I don't know. But
Do you guys think of him as sort of like what Huey and Earl Long would be today if they were alive? Does he have that part in politics in the state? Is he that big a figure?
Caused a lot of controversy.
He's his own man, you know. But there's other candidates running that are, you know, in there. There's some that aren't.
I think that for his first, we could have considered him every bit as.
One more time, I couldn't hear you.
I think that for his first 2 terms, you probably could have considered him every bit as much of an impact on the people of Louisiana as the Longs did. This term, his impact has weakened because of, I don't know, he changed, his personality changed somewhat. He and the legislature is not behind him like they were for the first 8 years. And that makes a lot of difference. If his bills are not worked on by the people in the legislature and passed, you know, his influence, of course, and his power dwindles. So.
I think obviously makes a difference.
Great big behind you, an enormous difference.
Can I ask each of you one last question? This is going to be the last time you run statewide, win or lose. How will each one of you remember him? How will you remember him, whatever?
Well, I don't really know how I'll remember him. One thing I do think about when I hear his name is his gambling, per se. You know, going to Las Vegas and gambling, and of course you'll remember the trial that he went through, and but as far as a person and what he's done for the state, there's really nothing I can remember him about there. I don't think that he's really done that much for the state.
Anybody else?
So I don't know.
We got some different opinions here.
How are you going to remember? How are you going to remember him, Lon?
It's colorful. A man with charisma, with style, with personality. A man who loved Louisiana, because he truly does.
I was trying to think of, you know, yeah.
Together. I think he's a leader and he get things done. And for years they tried to have a constitutional convention over here. Earl Long started way back in the 50s, and he was the only one able to get one through, you know, after 30 years.
Edward Edwards was.
Right. And his accomplishments, I think he get things done, you know.
Do you compare
And he's
him
a
to the
lead.
Longs?
Huh?
You compare him to the Longs? I think Edwin Edwards is like the Longs?
Well, I think so, yeah. I think he's a leader. He's got a lot of controversy about him all the time. But if you get somebody in office, don't do anything, then you don't have any controversy. If you have somebody that wants to do something in office, it's going to be that way. Long was that way. I mean, way back when, even Huey, they had a lot of controversy about him all the time. But he got things done for the state. And I think Ed was the same way. He gets things done, but I mean, if you're going to get something done, you just have to go out on a limb, so to speak.
Grassroots politics.
Well, I think that the way the politician,
Sorry, Tim. Yeah, that's good.
I think the way the politicians campaign in Louisiana is very much the old-fashioned grassroots way. Shaking hands, meeting people face to face, going door to door to their homes. You don't see that in most other states, especially not in the big cities. I mean, no way. But over here, people want to be talk to personally, and they want to meet the candidate and talk to him face to face. And most of our candidates, including the statewide races, the big race, which is the governor's race, still do it. They will go to all these gatherings and talk to people, shake their hands, inquire about the old aunts and uncles and the grandchildren or whatever. It's just really very personal way of politics.
Think it's changing at all? I mean,
little by little it is changing. We are growing, and there is not enough time for any one person to cover the whole state, especially. As far as the local political campaigns are concerned, they still do it that way. But, there comes a time where you have to cover so much territory and reach so many millions of people that you cannot do it. And yet, they still try to do it by gathering big masses of people at a football field or a shopping center or something and campaigning that way.
Right. And it seems as if Louisiana is sort of behind the time in that in a really nice, charming way.
Well,
because it's
yes.
nice to be able to touch a candidate.
Yeah, it certainly is, and you get to know them personally. At least you feel, you have met the person. It's not just seeing somebody on the television screen or in the newspaper or something like that. And it gives you a feeling of getting more involved in it. I don't know. It's more personal. So, but I do believe that sooner or later that will be history. It cannot continue much longer because of the number of people and the amount of territory they have to cover.
Thanks a lot.
Very much. It's about Louisiana politics.
Just come and take